Appliance Factory and Mattress Kingdom, the nation's largest discount appliance dealer. Visit our website for deals and store locations near you.
Hello, America. This is Keith, your friendly neighborhood technician, coming at you with some more wonderful information today. Today we're going to work on why is my indoor ice maker on my French door refrigerator not making ice? Well, there's going to be two possible reasons, and we're going to go over one of them, and the other one you're going to have to get some help on. But this is our French door indoor ice maker. Pretty much everybody knows what they look like, okay? And this is where the ice is going to come from. This is the ice room, okay? Let me trade sides, okay? Now, there are two things you got to look at. One, that just pops out. This is your auger motor. This is what actually dispenses your ice, actually puts it going through. We're going to get rid of that because we don't necessarily need to worry about that. But this is our ice maker. Now, there are two things to look for. I'm not making ice. One, do you have water in your ice maker? If you have water in here and it's not frozen, that is a completely separate issue. Your ice maker is functioning. It just can't proceed because the temperature is not cold enough for it to make ice. That's a whole different issue. Now, if you don't have water in your ice maker here, then there's a good chance your ice maker here is bad. Okay, this is a pretty easy, relatively easy fix on your GEs. All the GEs are going to be basically the same, so the process should be basically across the board. Now this, we want to take this ice maker out. So if I look at it, I've got two little screws up there, 1/4 inches, okay? And I've got my wire coming here, so I'm going to have to get into this one also, okay? Okay, we're going to unscrew this. And there's a couple screws. Now don't just willy-nilly let them fall, because if they fall and you lose them, you're going to have more issues than you know about. Now, also you want to be careful of, are there the same or different kinds of screws? If they're different kinds of screws, what I do is I take them off, I put them together, and then I take the piece they go with and take that off. So this now comes out. Okay, so we're there. Now, our screws are out. I want to follow this line, okay? And the reason I did this first is because right now this is being held up. If I were to take this off, now I've got this laying this way and I'm attempting to try to get it off. With this is going to be in my way. But this way, you just pop it, okay? And there are two clips. Loosen your clips and it pops right off. What I mean by clips are these two, one on each side. If you do one and not the other, it doesn't want to come off. So you're probably going to have to feel around it and bend it out just a bit. Don't all the way back, because if you all the way back, you can snap it, and at that point, it may or may not seat correctly, okay? Now that I've got this out, I'm gonna go get my 1/4 inch. And this is just a 1/4 inch nut driver. That's all you basically need. And if you see, it even gives you access to get to these, so you don't have to be any special kind of smart. Just kind of observe it, and you should be okay. Now, this is gonna be fun, because sometimes these wanna come out, sometimes they don't. Obviously, this is magnetic. It really, really helps. Now, this one I'm actually just going to bring out, okay? And now, whoop, it fell, see? And this is your ice maker. Are these repairable? Some people say yes, some people say no. I say just get the whole assembly. Yes, you can replace this. Yes, you can replace this. Yes, you can do some of the other things on here. But you're asking for more issues than you need. Just get the whole assembly. It may be a little more expensive, but like I said, it's plug in, screw in, done. Now, if I wanted to replace any parts of this, I got to start taking it apart, and I got to worry about losing screws. I got to worry about breaking things, and then I'm potentially adding more problems than I actually have. But this is your ice maker assembly. Now, also look at this. Does this say off or on? If this is here like this, you're not going to make any ice. But check that first. If this is off, there's a pretty good chance that's why it's not working. So make sure it's on. Some of them have on-off buttons. Some of them have lights. Just verify that it's actually connected and you got power to it, okay? So now, this is the old one. Now we're gonna put the new one in. Now, there's a couple ways to do it. Some are easy, some are not so easy. With my magnetic bit, I'm going to basically put this back in, okay? Now, some people say you can put a screw in there and then attach it on. Yes and no, you can and can't. Okay, it's basically take it, line up your screw hole, get your screw in there. Okay, now do yourself a favor. You don't necessarily want to tighten it all the way down if you've got more than one screw. The reason I say that is if you tighten it down completely and it's a little off center, your second screw is not going to go in, or your third screw or your fourth screw. Okay, now take it back up, get your hole, and screw it back down. Whoop. And tighten her back down. Now, don't be Godzilla and just, kill it. Make it tight, make it snug, and maybe just a little tick more, okay? Because you got metal on plastic, and you can actually blow it out. Some people say, well, can I use my drill? I would say I won't. I don't use a drill unless I absolutely have to, because if I'm not paying attention and I hit that drill too hard, that screw will spin out. It will actually tear out the threads, and then you've got another problem that you're going to have to issue, which at that point you need this, not just this. Will it work with a stripped out screw? Sure, why not? Okay, how long? Don't know, can't tell you. But I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend using just one of these, just a regular handheld screwdriver, okay? So now we got this back in, okay? Now we're gonna reattach our wires here. Now when you do this, okay, there's a little bit of play there, okay? Not a lot, but a little. Don't yank on it. If you have to start doing this, something's not lined up right. They should fit where they came from. You take it, okay, and wait till you hear the clip. You'll hear the clip, you're back in. Now line it back up, put her back in there like you're supposed to. Make sure you're where you're supposed to be. Now I'm going to take my other piece, get it back in there, and do my screw holes line up. 1, 2, 3, they line up. If I am way cattywampus like this, and that's the best I can get it, something's not right. Take it back off, re-put it back on till it sits and it lines up correctly, okay? My Phillips isn't magnetic, so I'm going to start this one by hand. I'm going to find one that I can actually reach, and I'm going to just put it in, so that way now it doesn't fall on me. Okay, I'm not going to put it in. I'm not going to finish it. I'm going to take my second screw, use a little finger, however you want to do it, that's up to you. Okay, but get in there, get it going, and I'm not going to finish it until I get all 3 of my screws in. Okay, because if it goes in cockeyed, you got a problem. Okay, and then get it, like I said, don't force it, just make it go. Okay, and tight and done, and tight and done. And now you saw me turn it off. The reason I turn it off is because when I put the new one in, it's going to immediately start to want to cycle because the board now senses a new part, so it's going to want to automatically start to cycle. Is it necessary? No, but that's just me and my little idiosyncrasies on the way I want to do things. Now that I'm in, now that I know I'm connected, now I'm going to turn it back on, okay? It's up to you. You don't have to, you can, that is completely up to you. Now that it's back in, I'm going to take my ice tray and I'm going to basically pop my ice tray back in and voila, you're done. Make sure you're on, close it up. Now you're going to want to give it a couple of hours before you start to freak out, may or may not make ice. Because one, you've got the temperature of this now at room temperature. This has to get down below 10 degrees before your ice maker will start to cycle by itself. That can take anywhere from an hour to 2 or 3 hours. So it may be 4 or 5 hours before you actually get ice. But like I said, because this needs to be below 10 degrees because your ice maker will not operate above 10 degrees. There's a bunch of science behind that, and the people who design these things say that's the optimum temperature to make ice properly. Good for them, more power to them. So now that this is all nice and warm, it's got to cool down before it starts making ice. It's not going to start making ice right now and freeze in 35, 40 minutes. I'm going to have more ice. Don't expect that. Give it a couple hours and then come back and check on it, okay? Now, like I said, the nice thing about this model is if you don't mind, your fingers, you can actually feel for water if there's water in there. Some you can, some you can't. But I'd also advise you, throw away your first couple rolls of ice, okay? Because you don't know where it's been. No one knows where it's been. Dust gets on things, particles get on things. The ice maker will clean itself out. Now, if you want to wash it and clean it before you start it, put it in, more power to you. You're more than welcome to. Just don't submerge it in water. And if you do submerge it, make sure it's completely thoroughly dry because you've got electrical and then you have water, which could possibly make it short. I would just put it in. Maybe wipe it down with a towel. That's up to you. But you always want to throw away your first couple rolls of ice just in case. And that's how you change the GE indoor French door ice maker. Don't forget to subscribe and like this YouTube channel. Come back for some more wonderful information.